Hey there, fellow members of the 99%. Let's talk about something that unites us, paying taxes. It's as enjoyable as a root canal, right? But unlike us schmucks, the super rich have found ways to make their tax bills disappear faster than a politician's promise during an election year. We're talking about dodging taxes with the grace of a gazelle and the moral compass of, well, let's not go there. We're about to dive into the wacky world of offshore accounts, tax havens, and trust funds. All the tricks the ultra-wealthy use to keep their fortunes safe and sound, and far away from the tax man. Buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get shady, and by shady, we mean completely legal, because loopholes. First up, let's talk about offshore accounts. Imagine your money going on a permanent vacation to a beautiful island with zero taxes and a suspicious lack of extradition treaties. That's basically an offshore account. These accounts are like the Bermuda Triangle of finance. Money goes in, but it rarely comes out, at least not without a team of lawyers and enough paperwork to make your head spin. They're shrouded in secrecy, which is great if you're a supervillain hiding stolen loot or, a billionaire trying to avoid paying your fair share. But here's the kicker. Setting up an offshore account isn't as simple as opening a checking account at your local bank. You need shell companies, trustees, and enough legal jargon to make Shakespeare seem straightforward. It's enough to make you wish you'd paid more attention in your high school economics class. Now let's not confuse offshore accounts with tax evasion. One is a legal loophole big enough to drive a fleet of yachts through, and the other is, well, illegal. Think of it like this. Tax avoidance is like sneaking a snack before dinner, while tax evasion is straight up robbing the pantry. But let's be honest, when billionaires use their armies of accountants to exploit loopholes the size of the Grand Canyon, it's hard to see the difference. It's like saying you found that $20 bill on the sidewalk when you actually swiped it from your little brother. The worst part? Tax evasion robs countries of billions of dollars that could fund public services like education, healthcare, and infrastructure. But hey, at least the super rich can afford private schools, personal doctors, and helicopters, right? Speaking of unfair advantages, let's talk about trust funds. These are like the golden parachutes of wealth, ensuring that the children of the wealthy never have to face the indignity of, working for a living. It's like being born on third base and thinking you hit a triple. Imagine this. Your great-aunt Mildred, who made a fortune selling pet rocks, decides to leave you a trust fund. Suddenly you're living the high life, sipping champagne on yachts, and complaining about the thread count of your Egyptian cotton sheets, all because you happen to be related to someone who knew a good fad when they saw one. It's enough to make you question the whole concept of meritocracy. But hey, at least they're out there creating jobs for their personal assistants, chefs, and yacht cleaners. Section 5. Mansions, yachts, and Picassos. The rich person starter pack. But the real fun begins when we talk about assets. We're not talking about your grandma's china set here, folks. We're talking about mansions so big, they have their own zip codes, yachts that cost more than a small country, and enough art to make the Louvre jealous. And the best part? These assets aren't just for show, though they're definitely great for that. They're also fantastic ways to shield wealth from those pesky taxes. You see, when you're rich, everything's a tax write-off. Buying a Picasso? Business expense. Jet setting to your private island? Protecting your assets. It's enough to make you wonder if there's a course you can take. Tax Avoidance 101, how to turn your extravagant lifestyle into a write-off. Section 6, playing hide-and-seek with the taxman, a loser's game, for everyone but the rich. So there you have it, folks, a crash course in how the wealthy hide their money. It's a game of cat and mouse, where the cat is severely underpaid and the mouse has a team of lawyers on speed dial. And let's be honest, it's a game that's rigged from the start. While we're stuck trying to decipher tax forms written in ancient Sanskrit, the super rich are sipping margaritas on their yachts, laughing all the way to the tax-free bank. But hey, at least we can take comfort in knowing that we're living in a just and equitable society, right? Section 7. The moral of the story. We're all just one tax haven away from being morally ambiguous. The truly sad part about all of this is that it doesn't have to be this way. We could have a system where everyone pays their fair share, where corporations aren't treated as people, especially not the kind you'd want to have a beer with, and where loopholes are reserved for things like, escaping from a burning building, not escaping from paying taxes. But until then, we're left with a system that feels about as fair as a rigged carnival game. And the worst part? Most of us don't even know how to play. So, the next time you're struggling to fill out your tax forms, remember this: you're not alone. We're all in this together, except for those lucky few who are sipping cocktails on their private islands, blissfully unaware of the concept of a tax bracket. Section 8, disclaimer: please don't try this at home, unless you have a yacht to sail away in. Now, before you go out and hire a team of shady accountants and book a one-way ticket to the Cayman Islands, we should probably mention that we're comedians, not financial advisors. Though, let's be honest, the line between the two is getting blurrier by the day. This isn't an endorsement of tax evasion or any other illegal activity. In fact, we strongly advise against it. Mostly because we don't want to be held responsible for your bad decisions, so please pay your taxes, be a good citizen, and let's work together to create a system that's fair for everyone. Or, we could just keep doing what we're doing and watch the world burn. It's your call, really. Section 9. A final thought. Maybe we should just tax the rich. In all seriousness, the issue of wealth inequality and tax avoidance is a complex one. But maybe, just maybe, the solution is as simple as this: tax the rich. Like, actually tax them. Close the loopholes, end the offshore shenanigans, and make sure everyone pays their fair share. Imagine what we could accomplish if we had the resources to invest in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. It might not be as glamorous as owning a private island, but it would definitely be a step towards a more just and equitable society. So let's work towards a future where the only people hiding money are those playing hide and seek with their kids. It might not be as funny, but it would definitely be a lot fairer.